Hey, what's going on, traders? Just one trade today here on AI. Nothing too special. Actually, this thing ended up being really bullish in the end, and I was kind of hoping it would break out here and make a move up towards 1790. There's a pretty good spot on the daily there. I think that's the gap fill, actually. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, it's the gap fill. Um, a bunch of key areas. It is kind of respecting them for the most part. Stopped a little bit early. This was just the high of day. These were areas off the daily. I think this one was 1625. Uh, so just I don't know, another blah day. This was our only trade. Was pretty frustrated with the trade itself. You can see that previous day's high 1535 before we zoom in here. And yeah, started it. How many shares we start with this? 200, took off 150. And because we started with, or because we took 75% off there, I was willing to see what this did at the highs. Went through, waited for it to feel like it was topped out there, maybe just looking for a fake out breakout so that it could make its way back down towards that previous resistance. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So ended up half size here. And then we got back to almost full size. Yeah, it looks like we only added another 50 there. And then we took off that 50 that we added. Oh, I know what it was. We actually took off 175 of the 200. Yeah. So we only had 25 shares of the original. So I added back that 25 and then the other 50. So we ended up with just 100, which is half size. So on this ad, we were back to half size. Took half of that off on this dip, thinking it was going to bounce right off that previous resistance, which it did. And then it went back up, and I was basically playing the fake out breakout game. And I let it fake out. I got heavy on what looked to be a nice fake out breakout. But as I've been talking to David with these fake out breakouts, if you're going to play them, you have to cut them at high of day because they either work or they don't. And in this case, it just ended up being a double fake out breakout. You can see it went a few cents above this candle, and then it went a few cents above this candle again, which I realized. So I essentially jumped back in for the same thing. So I added back up to full size here, ended up getting 100 and then 50. I don't know. I feel like that might have been more. Did I end up with 250 shares? I don't remember. But anyways, we end up cutting that. I guess I can check this green candle. Let's see. We cut 5, 7. It says it's just, oh, I'm so confused here. 57. Oh, that was okay. So it was 200. So we had 200 shares there. So goes up, fakes out, and I essentially say the same thing. All right, it came back down below that 1670. We got filled again at 1667, and I'm basically saying, okay, I'm just going to see if it's a fake out breakout again. And as you can see, I was getting pretty annoyed because it looked like we were wrong again, and we were going to give back. We had like 30 bucks locked in. I never took big size on this to begin with, as you could see. Because I didn't really love the move, but there was really nothing else going. The FOMO got the best of me on this one, but we're going to end up giving back that 30 plus losing like an additional 40, I think it was. So it would have been like a $70 turnaround, all because I just decided to keep playing this instead of just jumping out when I probably could have. But it is what it is. I jumped back in with the same principle of cutting at high of day there, and it ended up working, and we scaled out. I even tried to add to it back here. Our average was up here at like 49 or 50. I don't remember. Or actually, it was higher, obviously, because we got out and got back in. It was 49 on that first part. 67. So I was using these higher lows. I moved the stop down. I originally had used this candle here, 61. Then I moved it down to 55, and then I moved it down to 39. So when it made this high here and it started to come back down, I said, let's see if it bounced and tries to go back down, which it did. And so I hit it on the way down, looking for this continuation down to 16 and possibly down to 1560. And unfortunately, pretty much right after that, it did go down a little bit, but then it got bought right back up and went through that high. And so I cut it. So just an overall frustrating trade altogether. Not exactly happy with how I played this, knowing that it was kind of grinding once we were pretty much to this point. And I shouldn't. All these candles should not be here. It should have been in either partial here and then cut at highs, or just take it all here, knowing that it was grinding. But all this was not necessary. But I mean, we ended up green, so we managed it well, but just not happy with myself with it. So that's all I got. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Always appreciate the support. Have a good weekend. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave those down below. You can always find me in the Discord or on Twitter. Those links are in the description. And I will be happy to see you guys Monday morning. Peace.